Cool. Nope. Gotta get the glasses on. That's probably, you know. I was like, I feel like I've not been wearing glasses at all today. True fact. Have not been wearing glasses at all today. What up, Sammy? What up, Mrs. V? How are y'all doing? Who is ready to jump back into the crazy, crazy world of 428 Shibuya Scramble? Because I definitely am. Ooh, it's gonna be an interesting time. So this may not be a super long stream. Essentially the gist of what I want to do is I would like to... You're not ready? Well, we're jumping right into it. We need to get the remaining endings and get past 11 o'clock. We only have Kano and technically Tama who are all set to go. But let me give you guys a recap as to what's going on for our heroes, so that way we can go through. So we're going to start with Kano, then Achi, then Tama, then Osawa, then Minorikawa. So, our story begins with Kano, a detective, and his friend Sasayama, aka another detective dressed up as a hobo, who's staking out a girl with a briefcase. Her name is Hitomi Osawa. Her sister got kidnapped, and our goal is to save her. The kidnappers requested a ransom of 500,000 yen, and we decided to pay it off. Unfortunately, this crazy man decided to take that briefcase away from her and told her not to tell the police and to go into a blue van. Kano chases after the guy with the briefcase, but the briefcase gets set off to a motorcycle and he's unable to find it. He then gets a text from his girlfriend saying that her father wants to meet up with him. He thinks it's the worst time ever because there's a kidnapping going on and a whole lot of crazy other things. Kano decides that he's going to chase after the man and not go anywhere towards his girlfriend just yet. He chases after the man into a building, into a subway station, where he sees the man with the briefcase. He follows him back and forth between two subway stations and gets close to his location, only to be texted by his girlfriend again, ending his story for right now. Hey Quinn Cheese, how's it going? Excuse me. A little bit sneezy today. Let me grab this real quick. I'm just gonna... Yeah, there's a lot that's happened. There's a lot. So that's why I'm going to try to do my best to explain what's been going on. That'd be pretty cool. Caitlin, also, how's it going, Caitlin? Alright, so Achi's story so far. Achi is a youth who helps pick up garbage around his community in Shibuya. He loves Shibuya more than ever. He finds himself in the Shibuya Scramble and meets up with Hitomi, which he decides not to go grab the briefcase for fear of being arrested. He, though, sees a mysterious man take the briefcase and decides to chase after him, only to realize that Hitomi's in danger by a man with a gun. And he takes Hitomi and goes to a secret hideout in the abandoned building to try to save her, but the man catches up and tries to shoot him. Unfortunately for the man, he got a cell phone call which caused Achi and Hitomi to run away. They successfully flee and tell two lone sharks, the wrong direction to get to a place. This will be important later. As they're fleeing from the man, they learn that Hitomi needs to find a blue van and enter that blue van in order to save her sister. When they go to a train, they find this mysterious guy looking around a train car. He's not important right now. They meet up at a cafe and they don't find the blue van, but as they are staking out the blue van, something happens, but we don't know what. Then we got Tama, who we actually did get the best ending for in a moment. But Tama is a girl in a cat suit, but she's kind of stuck in the cat suit. The cat suit is kind of stuck on her and the zipper is stuck, so that kind of sucks for her. But she befriends the employee, the chicken, Chiri, or something like that, and they eat lunch, but Tama really can't eat lunch because she's trapped in the cat suit. They're selling Burning Hammer, which is a drink that if you drink it at an empty stomach will pretty much kill you, or cause you to go insane. We'll see that in a moment. Tama meets up with her boss and reflects on why she got the job in the first place regarding this mysterious necklace that she really wants and believes that is hers above all else. Because of that, she takes the job there from Etz, as Caitlin said, because I can't remember his name. I think it's Yanagishita. And, well, we got a bad ending here, but however, we did get the good ending where they just talk out the job and decide that Tama's going to do everything possible to sell as much Burning Hammer as possible. Also, what up, Dawn? How's it going? Then we have Osawa, which we didn't really get to see a lot last time. Just his general gist is that he's a pharmaceutical representative who made the UA virus and tried to make an antidote for it. However, somebody has been using human experimentation on the antidote and has been killing people. And Osawa's not really the happiest about it. So we'll figure that out later. And lastly, you got Minorikawa, who really scarred everybody. He's a journalist who finds that his boss might try to kill himself, so he takes a taxi and decides to save his boss. The taxi gets there on time, so he saves Toyama in time. I think his name is Toyama, and agrees to finish the issue of the magazine that Toyama's working on to get him out of debt, so he doesn't kill himself in front of his daughter. However, we didn't get a good ending because we decided to go to Burning Hammer's sales event, and oh, hello, Dawn's boyfriend. How's it going? Minorikawa decides to go to Burning Hammer's office early, takes the drink on an empty stomach, and kills everybody, pretty much. That's his story. So now, we are going to change some history here. So first, we need to go change some stuff. Hey, Justin, how's it going? So, we need to not go to Center Guy, otherwise we'll kill everybody. So we need to go, it was a bit of a hike, but maybe we should go to Dogenzaka and check out Endo Electronics. Yeah, that should give him what he needed to put together the Society of Surveillance piece.
Okay, I'm heading out, and don't even think about doing anything else stupid while I'm gone. Got it?
Minorikawa hustled out of the editing office, hoping Toyama would take his admonition to heart. So we're just going to wrap up 11. This could be really fast, it could be really short. Who knows? A taxi came by just as Minorikawa stepped outside.
Huh? You again?
It was Kimizuka's taxi again.
What can I say? You know how to sniff out a guy who's going places.
What up, Baba? How's it going? That's your voice for him? Yep, that's my voice for Minorikawa. It's a little bit nasally.
Really? Well then, Dogenzaka, ASAP!
Son of a bitch. Minorikawa bristled. I beg your pardon? That son of a bitch you wanted to give a piece of your mind, sir.
Was he waiting for you like you expected?
Oh, yeah. And I damn well did give him a piece of my mind, too.
Glad to hear it, sir. The taxi sped off. Yay, we made a friend. We made a friend with the taxi driver. Look at these taxis. They're not even yellow. Minorikawa pulled out the proposal and looked it over again. The idea for the surveillance story revolved around the claim that hidden cameras had been installed throughout Shibuya's shopping districts, upwards of 500 of them. Dang, that's creepy. Supposedly, these have eliminated lots of blind spots, and the crime rate in the area had dropped significantly. That's interesting. I don't know how I'd feel if there was hidden cameras watching my every move in a shopping district. Like, I feel like people would judge me if I go into, like, say, a Hot Topic store and buy a shirt. You finished Cautious Hero and it was okay, Hands? I'm glad, Queen Shoes. I'm glad. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Sorry, I got a sandwich too. I was getting groceries earlier. And yeah, I also lost my AirPods, which is sad. I don't know where they went. Usually I have them laying on my pillow and they're gone, so. Oh well. The cameras are managed by Daisuke Endo, the owner of Endo Electronics and chairman of the local downtown committee. That was Minorikawa's first mission then. He needed to get this guy's story. Scanning the side of the road, Minorikawa finally spotted a rundown electronics shop. The sign out front, which looked like it might fall off at any moment, read Endo Electronics. Right here?
Right here is fine.
The taxi stopped and Minorikawa pulled out 10,000 yen bill from his wallet.
Keep the change,
He said, What?
Look, don't sweat it. The name is Minorikawa, and I'm a freelance writer. I care about two things, what's real and what's true. That's real worth to what you've done for me. There's a token of my appreciation. It's not much, but please, take it.
Minorikawa slid out of the taxi and headed for the electronics store. Dang, he overpaid for a taxi ride. That's awesome. The lurk, true. Inside Endo Electronics looked more like a mountain of hoarded junk than actual business. Towering piles of ancient appliances stretched toward the ceiling. Old television sets with dial knobs leaned against computers with 5-inch floppy disk drives. That's not the right button. Who knows what a floppy drive is? I want to date myself. Who knows what a floppy drive is? I take a bite of my sentence. You do? Okay.
Maybe 2 people do.
Okay, floppy disks. What about floppy drives, though? I know a lot of people know the floppy disks, the little squares with the... You can shake them back and forth, but they can easily crack. Floppy drives. Like Walkmans? Nope. Bit of a trick question here. So it's a storage medium for personal computers and production from 1976 to 2001. The magnetic discs are sheathed in paper or plastic jackets and are known for the tendency to flop around in one's hand. Technically speaking, they're 5.25 inches in diameter. Incidentally, Door, released in 1983, the debut title for this game's producer, Koichi Nakamura, was produced in a 5-inch floppy version. So floppy disks are so floppy drives and floppy disks are kind of the same thing. But floppy drives are made to hold a lot more information, while floppy disks are more compact, I guess you could say. So there are these little squares that you can kind of bend and flop around, but if you bent them like really at all, it would crack. And floppy drives were a little bit more sturdy, but hold a lot more information. But they were like thick bricks, like they're pretty thick from what I remember. Which is pretty cool. Fun fact, just to show you guys how appreciative you guys should be of games and how they've come. One game with all the different levels usually can take up to 10 to 15 floppy disks rather, because floppy disks are available for the public. Floppy drives are more so for commercial, from what I understand, from what I remember. It's been ages, obviously, but usually to play, like, let's say you turn Mario, like Super Mario Bros, into floppy disks, you probably would have about 25 to 30. I'm just saying, like, if you ported it over, like, let's say there was technology to port from an NES to a floppy disk. So that is what that is. See, well, damn, Dawn. That you do you, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, floppy disks. Be very grateful about, like, the CDs and everything that you guys have, like these little cartridges. Like, hold on, like here, I got my Splatoon cartridge right here. Like this little cartridge, probably 100 to 125 floppy disks probably would make this cartridge. And floppy disks were probably the size of, say, my wallet right here. Like that's how big they were. It's crazy to see how far technology has come. What possible use could there be for all this outdated stuff?
Mr. Endo, are you in here?
Minorikawa called out. Nobody came to greet him. The shop was definitely open, though. Surely the proprietor hadn't left it unattended.
Hey, Mr. Endo, come on, I know you're in there.
After a short wait, Minorikawa heard sounds from the living space behind the shop. A door opened to reveal a tired-looking middle-aged man. Yeah, what do you want?
Are you Mr. Endo?
Minorikawa asked.
I am, the man said guardedly. And I'm sorry, but I'm in the middle of something at the moment. Could you come back tomorrow, or...
Please, just give me a minute. I'm a freelance writer. Name's Minorikawa.
Minorikawa showed Endo his business card. Yo, that's a clean business card. That's a clean business card. You guys have seen business cards, like, you know, they have, like, the little... There's usually, like, it's white and there's just not much on it. Look at that. This guy's clean. This guy's so clean.
I'm writing an article for 4-Star General Gossip.
A magazine piece, huh?
Precisely, so if I could just have a little of your time today.
The phone rang, cutting him off before he could get down to business.
I'm sorry, you'll have to excuse me for a moment.
Endo reached into the clutter and pulled out a telephone.
Hello, Endo Electronics.
The proprietor listened for a moment, then raised an eyebrow.
Yeah, that's a problem, all right. All right, understood. I'll try and get a hold of the customer then.
Endo set the receiver back down.
What was that all about?
Minorikawa asked. Wait a second. Yo, that's Achi's dad. That's Achi's father. Achi's last name is Endo. I forgot about that.
Let's get down to business to defeat the kidnappers. Bum, 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 bum. Did they sell electronics or some burning hammer? I took one little sip of some burning hammer. Then I became a sky demon. Somehow I got a sledgehammer.
I'm gonna destroy the place. It's gonna be alright. I don't know. Where to go from that?
I mean, but it's a kitty cat. You can pet the cat.
And to set the receiver back down.
What was that all about? Minorikawa asked.
Oh, yesterday I sold a dry ice machine and the manufacturer just called to let me know the model's defective.
Defective?
Apparently, once it starts making dry ice, it won't stop. I need to tell the customer I have to recall the machine and refund them a deposit. Please, give me a moment.
Nice. Endo sifted through some sales slips, read a number off of one, and made a phone call. Cassie. Nobody picked up on the other end, however.
Yeah, that's right, he grumbled to himself. He said they had some performance today.
Performance? Minorikawa asked.
I sold it to a guy from some theater troupe. They called the Wandering Angels or something.
Wandering Angels, a theater troupe run by Shinosuke Orai. This afternoon at 5:30 p.m., they are performing their 22nd piece, Au revoir. Right now, all of the actors are already at the theater except for Akiomi Mondo, who plays the rival of the main character Ryu. The angry production chief has sent his assistant to Mondo's apartment, but he does not yet know what awaits him there. Continuing the tale of the Wandering Angels, episode 2, 6 episodes in all. So 6 episodes in total.
Oh! Oh!
Oh. Let's not. The Wandering Angels, that was Shinosuke Orai's theater troupe. Minorikawa had an interview with him booked for 2:30.
Anyhow, what can I do for you?
Minorikawa hastily explained what he was after. Endo gave him a dubious look.
As I said earlier, I'm a bit busy right now.
What up, Shadow? How's it going? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Let's just drop that conversation, get back to the game.
Busy cleaning up, I hope. How do you get anything done in this mess?
Why, are you this rude to all of your interview subjects?
5 minutes! Just give me 5 minutes of your time, please.
You've got to be joking. Go on, get the hell out of here.
Endo headed for his back room in a huff.
Fine, I'll just have to write about what you've already told me. Namely, that Endo Electronics sells defective merchandise.
Damn! Wow. Minorikawa is not screwing around. He's just like,
you better tell me what you're gonna do. Otherwise, I'm gonna write your entire shop to the ground, motherfucker.
Dang. Alright, Minorikawa is slowly becoming more and more my favorite character.
Huh? Just what are you implying?
Did you or did you not sell the theater troupe a defective piece of equipment?
Look, I'm going to get in touch with them as soon as I'm
betting they're in a hurry preparing for their performance. I doubt you'll be getting through to them today.
Endo bit his lip.
Now to have your attention, Minorikawa said, let's make a deal.
What kind of deal?
I'm meeting with a member of the Wandering Angels a little later today. I can let them know about the dry ice machine for you. In exchange, all you have to do is give me my interview.
Endo scowled. And where's your proof that you'll be meeting with the Wandering Angels?
I might take advantage of a guy when he's down, Minorikawa replied. But one thing I'm not is a liar.
The shopkeeper took a few moments to think about it.
Fine, he grumbled. 5 minutes, that's all you'll get.
Aw, cute picture. Puppies. Minorikawa's good. What's with this music? Bopping music. Minorikawa whipped his notepad out of his coat like he was drawing a gun.
Well, let's get right down to it, shall we?
Go right ahead.
So I hear that over 500 surveillance cameras have been installed throughout Shibuya's shopping districts.
Yes, that's right. Damn.
Why so many?
We used to have a lot of delinquents in town.
Which, if you guys don't know what delinquents are, they're young people who act rowdy or cause trouble, often at arcades or convenience store parking lots, and who frequently resort to petty theft and other mischief, also referred to, in more outmoded terms, as ruffians or hoodlums. Endo said the word with marked distaste.
Oh yeah, I remember there being some problem kids around.
They were real punks. They vandalized my signs, made a mess of my storehouse. They were just awful.
I see.
Minorikawa scribbled diligently in his notepad.
Heck, my own son put together some sort of vigilante squad to help teach those punks a lesson.
Wait,
Vigilante squad.
Whoa, hold up right there for a sec.
Minoru Kawa jutted out his hand to interrupt. This guy's son was part of a vigilante squad? What a stroke of luck. Maybe he could also provide some info for the article on the gangs of Shibuya.
Sorry, I don't mean to get too far off topic here, but could you tell me the name of this group your son belongs to?
They call themselves SOS.
Originally a group of well-meaning young people who would get together downtown as a sort of vigilante squad, trying to keep Shibuya clean and safe. In those days, the group never engaged in theft or other criminal activities. More recently, however, SOS has become one of the most biggest gangs in Shibuya, resorting to defacing public property with graffiti, shoplifting, and shaking people down for cash. Dang, I just left. Yeah, Don, let's not. Don, that's getting too far. That's definitely going too far there. You don't need to hear everything that he's saying. Cool? Like, innuendo jokes are fine and everything, but this blatant? Yeah. Don't have the laptop. So, what you're saying is, in order to halt the comments, I'd have to time out. Is that where we're probably at? Because I don't want to, but like... it's getting too far there, right off the bat. Anyway.
Priding themselves on being the top gang in Shibuya and all that.
The top gang in Shibuya? Did I really just hit the jackpot right here? Not to pat myself on the back, but go me. All I have to do is step outside and the story finds me. I think I might be a natural at this.
As it happens, I also like to interview people from SOS. Would you be able to put me in touch with your son?
Yeah, sure. But you should know that my son isn't in the gang anymore.
That's up to you, Cassie. You're either, no worries. Did Dawn say something? I just didn't see it all of a sudden. Hold on. Because that might be the best idea moving forward. Just double checking. You're good, Baba. No, you're good, Sammy. You're good. If I see another one, I'll just time out for those who are getting uncomfortable. Alright, but since it says that his son is in red, that means we should be able to jump to his timeline. Yeah! Look at this. Jump to Achi. To continue his timeline. He told me, look! There it was. The blue van that they're looking for. A blue van had appeared nearby, parked in a spot that had been empty previously. Achi couldn't see who was inside, but there was definitely something fishy about it. Besides, there weren't any other blue cars around, so this had to be it. He'd been right, the crooks had come back after all. I'm gonna go take a quick look, Achi said. You wait here. But before he could carry out his plan, Hitomi jumped to her feet. Without a word, she rushed toward the van. Hold on, I said wait! She wasn't slowing down. Achi caught hold of her arm. Wait! This could be dangerous. What if the kidnapper's in there? What if my sister's in there? I have to go help her. Achi knew full well what it was like to be impulsive, but this was one situation where cooler heads would have to prevail. We can't just hang out here. Wait, sorry. We can't just hang out here, she insisted. Yeah, don't question it. What if the car takes off again? That's why I said I was gonna go take a look first. But isn't that dangerous? What if they do something to my sister because some random guy comes snooping around? Oh, huh. Yeah, you got a point. I'm doing a Minari Kawa voice. Achi thought as fast as he could. The criminal told Hitomi to get into the van. There had to be some specific reason for that. What if they were planning to abduct her as well? Whatever the case, he couldn't just let her go. He had to make a snap decision. Look, let me just go first. I don't want to put you in any risk. Okay, let's go together then. Does that work for you? Let's go first. Look, just let me go first. I don't want to put you in any risk. Hitomi's determination wavered in the look of Achi's eyes. Please, he continued, we have no idea who or what we might run into. If I think they're going to try to run off again, I'll give some signal. Then you can come along, and I doubt they'll be interested in leaving then. Hitomi gave a reluctant nod. Please, be careful. Will do. And tell me if my sister's in there. I will. You can count on it. Achi stepped out into the open and started walking toward the van. He tried his best to look as if he wasn't paying it any attention. Yep, I'm just an ordinary passerby. As he got nearer, he tried to sneak a glimpse inside. The van's dark window film made it hard to see who might be inside or even how many people. Casually, he moved closer still to get a better look. Suddenly, the sliding door burst open and several people jumped out. None of them were Japanese. Achi, I think you're gonna die. I think we just killed Achi. I think Achi's gonna die. Who thinks Achi's dead? Can I get an F in chat for Achi? I'm fine with that. F, please. F for Achi.
He,
Don't think he's surviving this one. Within moments, Achi was surrounded. Whoa, what? Hey, what's the deal? Achi said. He let out a little chuckle. Man, that thing must be packed. How many seats you got in that thing, anyway? He took another step toward the vehicle and looked inside. One of the men pulled a knife from inside his jacket, thrusting it out in Achi's direction. He probably meant it as a simple threat, but on reflex, Achi went into self-defense mode, kicking him right in the jaw. Damn! There was a loud crack as his foot connected. The man dropped out like a light. The others stared and then rushed him. Well, this sure hadn't gone as planned. Too late to take it back down. The damage was done. Achi was just going to have to take out the rest of these punks too. He nimbly shifted his feet, evading their initial attack. Having to take these guys on 3-1 wasn't going to be pretty. What up, Supernova? Achi! He heard Hitomi cry out. Crap. He hadn't given any signal, but she had come out of hiding anyway. Hitomi, stay back! How was he supposed to fight off 3 guys and protect her at the same time? What could he do? What should he do? Within moments, a number of passerby had gathered around the fight. Maybe they had heard Hitomi shouting. Hey, what's going on? Oh my god, is that a knife? This just ain't some pretty squabble! Someone call the police! Some of them began talking photos with their cell phones. Sounds about right. One of the men cursed in frustration, then signaled for his buddies to get back into the car. Two buddies protect? True. Achi couldn't stop them. The engine roared to life and the van sped away. Knowing he'd never catch them on foot, Achi merely watched it go. I think we screwed up. He'd failed. This was his fault. All of it. Achi bit his lip hard. How could he possibly face Hitomi now? Achi. Hitomi's voice was hollow, empty. Achi stared down at his face like a scolded child. I'm sorry. I didn't see whether your sister was in there or not. It's all good, Baba. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help. I see. So he saved Hitomi so she doesn't get kidnapped. True. The words so simple and matter-of-fact stung him to the heart. I'm so sorry. But Hitomi simply shook her head. The fact that she wasn't even chewing him out made him feel all the worse. I know it. I know I messed up, but He was going to say, I'll make up for it. Somehow. But he froze with fear at what he saw next. Across the street, staring at them, was the man with the cane. This fucker again? This fucker? Hitomi, it's him! They had to get out of here. He grabbed Hitomi by the hand and bolted down Dogenzaka. The assassin followed, staying on his side of the road. Achi wasn't sure what to do. Should they try heading into the alleys and side streets again? No, it was more dangerous to head someplace where there'd be fewer witnesses. Best to stick to Dogenzaka for now. The man wouldn't be able to gun them down if they managed to lose themselves in the crowd along Center Guy first. Besides, that guy had to use a cane. Achi and Hitomi could outrun him. Kano? No, it's not Kano. Hand in hand, they sped along Dogenzaka and through the intersection in front of the 109 building. Come on, Hitomi, just a little further. Okay. She was panting, but she pressed on. Achi risked a glance back over her shoulder. Huh? He stopped in surprise. Kano! What's wrong? Hitomi asked. That guy, he's not following us. But that's Kano! That's Kano right there! I know for a fact that's Kano. Who else wears a suit like that with hair so flawless? Who else would that be? The slope leading down to the intersection wasn't all that steep. Intersection. Several plainclothes detectives have been hiding amidst the crowd in the intersection as part of the kidnapping stakeout. Right now, Director Kuze is sending a message to all officers over the wireless, and so the detectives have stopped to listen in. It's a bit unusual, and an observant individual might notice. Speaking of Kano, he's just right there! It wasn't strange that the gunman hadn't bothered to pursue. Still, there's no time to worry about this behavior right now. Hey Tommy, can you still run? Yes, I am alright. This is our chance, this way! Look at that girl. She's cute. They need to put plenty of distance behind them before the assassin came after them again. But they also need to find the van again and rescue Tommy's sister. Would they be able to find it all, yet stay hidden from the man with the cane? Achi wasn't sure one way or the other, but with Hitomi in tow, he hurried onward along Center Guy. To be continued. Hey, we got a good one! We got a good ending there for Achi, okay. We didn't get the bad ending. But something is telling me that if we go with Hitomi, that we're gonna get killed and Hitomi is gonna be screwed. I want to see what this other option does. Okay, let's go together then. Does that work for you? Please, we have no idea who or what might be run into. Hitomi gave a slight nod. All right, she said, but let me go first and you follow, okay? Got it, Achi replied. Achi waited as Hitomi started walking, then followed her to a distance so it wouldn't look like they were together. She headed straight for the van. Okay, I guess Achi didn't die. Two men got out of the car, neither of them Japanese. Achi picked up his pace in case he needed to close the distance fast. One of the men approached Hitomi and said something to her. She gave an affirming nod. Suddenly, the two men grabbed her from either side. They dragged her into the van and shoved her into the back seat. Achi broke into a sprint. Of course it was a trap! He couldn't guess what their whole plan was, but kidnapping Hitomi was obviously part of it. But before he could reach the vehicle, the door slid shut. The van sped off an instant later. Achi raced after it. That's a face. I'm just gonna let that face sink in for everybody. That's what. That's a good face. He ran as hard as he could, thinking nothing else. Beautiful. Creepy? Yes. He couldn't give up now. Couldn't let things end like this. He made a promise. No quitting halfway. And no turning his back on someone in trouble. But the car kept getting further and further away. Before long, it was just a blue speck that vanished into the cityscape. No! Achi never saw Hitomi again. Well, we screwed up. Ah, no! Lost sight of the van. Achi did try to warn Hitomi that checking out the van by herself was dangerous, and oh, look! She got herself kidnapped. Maybe he should have put his foot down and checked on things himself first. Yeah, makes sense. Alright, let's switch this up. What was that face? No idea. Okay, we've chosen it. Alright, so right now, he's at to be continued. We can still go with Tama's at to be continued. All that's left is Minorikawa. And Osawa, but we'll get to Osawa in a bit. Ba-ba-da-ba. Yeah. Would you be able to put me in touch? Yeah, sure, but you should know that my son isn't in the gang anymore. Oh, Minorikawa hesitated. Guess he's of no use to me then.
No, believe me, I know how you feel.
The look on Endo's face spoke volumes. There was no point in interviewing Endo's son if he wasn't with the gang anymore. It figured that Minorikawa's run of good luck would end eventually. Still, he got in the lead on the form of the name, SOS. Hey Lily, how's it going? That was progress.
Alright, so back to the matter at hand.
He flipped his notepad back open. What did you all decide to do about all these juvenile delinquents?
I set up a tiny little web camera in order to protect my property.
Web camera? Camera is designed to send video information to a computer via the internet. Like that! Like that thing! That's looking at me! Where you guys can see me! Look carefully and you can often spot them outside private residences and even on public streets where they're installed for use in surveillance. Given the risks of transmitted data being intercepted, the images recorded by such cameras are generally encrypted to prevent playback by unauthorized third parties. Many landmarks and attractions make their camera footage publicly available online.
I see. And I'm guessing the webcam did the trick.
Sure did, and so then other local businesses heard about it and started asking me to install some for them. Web cameras aren't particularly expensive, so it wasn't too tough to set them up all over downtown.
So who's in charge of these security cameras?
Members of the Downtown Business Committee take turns. The cameras are connected via a wireless network that business owners can access through the area. A wireless network, a LAN, or local area network, a communication system that can only be used within a limited geographical area. A wireless LAN transmits using electronic signals, although convenient because it does not require cable attachments. There's a risk of signals conveyed in this way being intercepted by a third party.
How's your security for this wireless network?
Oh, no problems on that front. Endo seems surprised at the question. All of the footage sent over the network is fully encrypted. Encryption is the process of encoding data so that they are indecipherable by a third party. Restoring encrypted data to its initial form requires what is called a key, a program designed for this purpose. There are two main types of such cryptographic systems. Secret key crypto systems use the same key for both encryption and decryption. Public key crypto systems use a public key to encrypt the data but require a private key known by the recipient in order to decrypt. Hey, Yurix, how's it going? Yeah, 1,000 subs. How's it going? What is up?
But still, people can't feel too good about being recorded on camera without their knowledge, don't you think? Minorikawa asked.
The shopkeeper's expression darkened. We hope to strike a balance between crime prevention and protecting individual privacy.
Uh-huh, and who determines what the balance is?
Minorikawa let a note of challenge slip into his voice. That would be me. I've been entrusted with the management of the security cameras.
Good to hear. I see. So essentially, you're providing your own moral oversight.
Are you implying that I'm abusing my authority? Endo shot back. I'm doing this in the name of public order. Right. You've had your 5 minutes. Now get out of here.
The shopkeeper stood up and headed into the back. I'll be sure to let the Wandering Angels know about the dry ice machine, Minorikawa hollered at the closing door. The Wandering Angels Episode 2, when Koimi Mondo didn't show up to the theater at the meetup time, production assistant Yukio Tozuka went to the call on him at his apartment. Upon arriving, Tozuka found that the place had been staked out by debt collectors. Mondo had borrowed 300,000 yen, and they wouldn't leave his home until he paid up. It looked like the only way to save Mondo was to give the debt collectors the operating funds for the theater, but before Tozuka could head back to relay this news, the props master Shinichi Bando showed up.
Is this like a mini episode? Is this a mini story inside of the story? Is that where we're at right now? I guess that's what's happening. Endo didn't reply. Well, we'll fix that dry ice machine. You gotta remember that. Norikawa had gotten enough of the story to put an article together, so he decided to hurry to a coffee shop and get started on some copy. He was making his way down along Dogenzaka when his cell phone rang. The incoming call displayed showed Chiaki's name.
Chiaki, what's going on?
Oh, it's no use.
She sounded like she was on the verge of tears.
What's no use?
I can't do this. I just can't talk to people passing by on the street.
What? Why not?
It's just that everyone seems so busy when they're walking past. If I try to interrupt them, they're gonna be all mad at me.
Well, who the hell cares if they get mad?
Minorikawa was ready to start ripping his hair out.
I don't want them to be mad at me,
She whimpered again. But this wasn't about what she wanted, was it? She was supposed to be working, not whining.
Look, Chiaki, you need to get me those interviews, period. Do I make myself clear?
There's a lot of yelling over there.
Look,
He hung up before she could squeeze an objection. I'm the girl in this situation? Yeah, I'm same. I'm Chiaki. Did you guys hear that? I'm pretty sure you guys did. Let me close the door. That was my brother. It's weird that you guys heard that, because like it seems like so quiet to me, but it's I guess loud to you guys. Oh well. Hey Tyler, how's it going? Give me a second. There we go. Cool.
damn it, Minorikawa muttered. Just why do I need it? One more thing to worry about.
He pulled out his hair a few times, then cast his worried gaze in the direction of Shibuya Station. Nice, Supernova. Hey, we got another good one.
Good old Udapri. Alright. So that's 4 that we're at to be continued. Alright. So, for Osawa, I'm just gonna let you guys know, viewer discretion, highly advised. His story seems to be incredibly fucked up. So we're gonna listen to it, but just letting you guys know. Just letting you guys know. Well, that's not good, Tyler. Hope that gets resolved. Osawa called up Tanaka over the intercom.
There's something I want to show you. Can you come in here?
He needed a second opinion, and Tanaka could be relied upon. Osawa opened the door the moment Tanaka knocked. He looked around before ushering his vice director inside. What's this about, sir?
This.
Osawa showed him one of the images. Tanaka's face went pale. It can't be. Tanaka clearly recognized the symptoms of the UA virus.
Any idea what this is about?
Osawa asked.
No, sir. These images were just emailed to me. Subject line: 1 year ago, South Africa.
That put it around the same time as the most recent run of infections, wouldn't it, sir? But that information isn't...
Tanaka trailed off. Osawa nodded.
The thing I don't understand is why these pictures were sent to me.
Osawa opened the other email from A.
The second message I got says that these pictures are my crimes.
I got you, Tyler.
I'll look into this on my end, sir,
Tanaka said. He hesitated uncomfortably.
Sir, just to make sure
Are you asking about what I'm think you're asking about,
Osawa said. Tanaka gave a slight nod.
Understood, Osawa said. Don't worry. I won't trouble you.
I appreciate that, sir.
Visibly relieved, Tanaka left the study. The pictures, viewer discretion and viewer words, sure. The pictures are of people bleeding out of their eyes, ears, mouth, nose, and everywhere in between, is what the pictures are. Osawa brought up a folder marked UA virus on his screen. Within the folder were enlarged images of the virus itself. He double-clicked on one of the images. It blew up the monitor to reveal the pathogen in intricate detail. The specimen of the UA virus was approximately 100 nanometers in diameter. 10,000 of them in line would take up barely a millimeter, but a single tiny variant upon entering the human body can become 2,000 in an hour. That speed of multiplication was nothing short of astonishing. Even the Ebola virus had a typical incubation period of 7 days or so before infectees develop symptoms. We've already read this, but I don't remember what point we did, so yeah. It's people body bleeding in horrific ways, yes. For influenza, it was 1 or 2. But the onset of the UA virus happened in a mere 12 hours. Osawa viewed an image slideshow of the virus's propagation mechanism. It was a fascinating sight, no matter how many times he looked at it. Viruses existed to multiply, nothing more. They had no motives, no driving logic, nothing but simple multiplication. To Osawa, that fact held a certain air of mystery. If viruses had emotions, how would they feel about their lives? He had thrown himself into virus research in search of answers to questions like that, answers that no man could truly know. His development of the antiviral agent had really been nothing more than another job responsibility. He felt no particular sense of duty to protect people from a killer virus. He was just happy for the chance to play around with UA day after day. Another email arrived in his inbox. Osawa furrowed his brow as he scanned the message. Emergency alert. Come to Heaven Publishing, ASAP. If not, someone is going to die. That's Minorikawa's email. That's Minorikawa's email. Which means he knows who Osawa is. For those who remember last time I streamed this, that's Minorikawa's email. Uh-oh. That's not good. Minorikawa. Called it.
Heaven Publishing.
Minorikawa. Osawa wasn't familiar with either of those names. He wondered if it was related to mysterious emails he received earlier. Or maybe the sender had some information on the kidnapping. The fact that the message had been signed with a real name instead of a pseudonym, along with its obvious urgency, certainly gave it an air of truth. In the words, "Someone is going to die," filled him with a wave of panic. Maria! There was no time to waste. In a rush, he found directions to Heaven Publishing on his computer, then slipped out of the house.
Uh-oh.
What? It took a good while to find his way to the multi-tenant building. The signs in front showed that Heaven Publishing occupied the 3rd and 4th floors. Osawa took the elevator to the 3rd floor.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He peeked inside the offices. There were only to find an empty place inside, the entire place empty. The 4th floor was likewise deserted. There was a rope dangling from the ceiling, tied off into a noose. It all seemed rather sinister, but Osawa had no idea what it meant. He waited a good 30 minutes, anxious the whole time. The half hour turned to an hour, and then to 2. It seemed that no one was going to turn up. Osawa headed back to the 3rd floor. He decided to wait there for 1 more hour. It's wasting time, but now he was committed. The extra hour turned into 2. Exhausted, he dozed off in his chair, and when he came to, it was close to sundown.
Sunset already?
He gazed out the window. The haze of sleep still clinging to his mind. He had the feeling he was forgetting something important, but the sight of the sun quietly setting over the cityscape made the crisis of life feel strangely distant. Hey, Jem, how's it going? Yeah. The time of peace and quiet and he longed for was right here. But guess what, guys? Bad ending. Escape from reality. A mysterious email told Osawa to go to Heaven Publishing, but there was nobody there. This email was sent by Minorikawa, of course, and around 11:30 he blasted out an email to all of the reporters he knew, but in his hurry, he screwed up one of the addresses, which coincidentally delivered a copy of the message to Osawa. Obviously, this never would have happened if Minorikawa hadn't rushed out that email. Well... Hold on. Interesting. Somebody died? I mean, no, not yet. Finally decided to cut... Well, I gotta check all the things. He decided to cut the rise and fall of Shibuya's vigilante squad. Just tracking down the gang would take a ton of time, and then if they refused to be interviewed, he was hosed. His goal was just to make sure that 4-star gossip made it to the presses after all. Interesting. Society of Surveillance. Where are they now? Sexy Squared. Those 3 pieces are individuals slated for interviews, but no appointments had been made with any of them. Unscheduled interviews were a dicey prospect. Minorikawa decided to call them up on his cell and made his way down the list. The only one he managed to get a hold of was Shinosuke Orai from the Where Are They Now piece. He said he'd be willing to give a 15-minute interview after 2:30. Minorikawa sighed. He'd just have to get material from the others in a more impromptu fashion then. Putting his nose to the grindstone, he started throwing together a schedule for the day. Was it possible to get all that material and write it all up and still finish the whole thing by 8 o'clock? It was no use. No matter how he tweaked it, none of his simulations ended with him having proof ready on time. He just needed one more thing, and that was another writer. Minorikawa zoomed through his contacts list, calling up all the freelancers he knew. The results were depressing. Answering machines, overseer on business, in the hospital, currently doing time. This is just great. I still like the fact that one guy is just like, yeah, I'm currently, in jail. Before long, he called everyone he could think of except for one, novice freelancer Chiaki Iso. Chiaki was a bit of an odd duck, a reporter who was scared of talking to people. Minorikawa had never known anyone who had become so hopelessly flustered in a one-on-one setting. If she couldn't talk to people, she certainly couldn't do interviews. If she couldn't get any real interview content, she wouldn't be able to write much in the way of a copy. Would she come to his aid if she asked? Quite possibly. And the issue was whether she would hinder more than help. Okay, so it doesn't matter either way which one we choose. There's no time for beggars and choosers. He decided to call up Chiaki. So this is what we need to do. We need to call Chiaki first rather than write the email. There's no time beggars to be choosers. Minorikawa decided to call Chiaki. And then she should be half asleep. The phone rang several times before a sleepy voice finally answered.
Mellow.
Okay, so we're still on a good path. So now we should be able to... Call in Monaco. What? Hold on, what? Why am I back here? After a time, Osawa could feel himself going calm. We took a nice deep breath. What? Why am I back here? Oh, we never got the email, so now we just go over here. So then he dialed up Makino. He took a nice deep breath, and then he dialed up Makino. Gosh, this is crazy. Has there been any progress? Makino asked as soon as he picked up. His voice was somber. No, Osawa said. Nothing much set yet. A tiny sigh came in front of the other end of the line. I see. Then what can I do for you? Sir, I'll just get right to the point. Have you conducted clinical trials using the antiviral drug? Makino didn't respond right away.
What makes you think that?
He asked at last. Osawa described the emails he'd received. When he finished, Makino let out his breath in surprise. Not over the phone, he said. We'll discuss this in person. I'll head over to your place when I'm done here. As soon as possible, sir. As soon as I can manage, Makino said. You're not the only person who's busy. With that, Makino hung up. There was no doubt about it. There had been human testing. Osawa went to let Tanaka know he'd been meeting with Makino. So Makino is Osawa's boss, by the way, is what we learned. Mr. Osawa, are you going somewhere? A stolid-looking man stood in the hallway almost as if he'd been waiting for Osawa to emerge. Who is this guy? It was Yoshio Kajiwara, one of the detectives from the Shibuya Precinct. Detective with the Shibuya Precinct's Criminal Investigation Division. He is sociable but awkward, and despite his reserved personality, he can be quite unsettling. His colleagues at the precinct refer to him by nicknames such as Japanese Columbo and Little Ken Takakura, given his own quirky demeanor as a detective. He struck Osawa as a bit too soft-spoken and meek for a detective, really, and his treatment of the kidnapping case gave an impression of flighty detachment that made him seem rather undependable. No, not really. Have there been any developments, detective? Kajiwara shook his head quietly. I'm sorry, sir. I'm not really sure what to tell you. Kajiwara then slipped a hand into his suit pocket. He pulled out a banana. Sir, have you found my daughter? No, but would you like a banana? A highly nutritious fruit belonging to the family Masakie genus Musa. Because it contains a variety of different carbohydrates, bananas can provide long-lasting energy and are an optimal energy source when exercising. The famous slipperiness of banana peels is due to the oils in the inner part of their skin, but even if all the oils were removed, slapstick comedians would still probably slip on them anyway. Oh, banana. Exactly, Tyler. Can we take it out of context? Exactly. He's giving Mr. Osawa the banana. His banana. Laugh. Are you hungry? These are good for when you're tired. I'm fine, thanks, Osawa said. Oh, shoot. Kajiwara seemed to lack a detective's sense of situational awareness. Just being around him got on Osawa's nerves. Well, sir, I need you to come with me, the detective said, if you don't mind. He took Osawa by the arm. As Kajiwara hurried him toward the living room, Osawa could hear other detectives talking on the other side of the door. He's working at a time like this? Seriously? She should not get rich people on their priorities. Yeah, I feel bad for his daughter. Her dad's a real piece of work. Nice, they were bad-mouthing him in his own house. I'm really sorry about that, Kajiwara said, pausing in embarrassment. Osawa pushed past him and opened the door. Hey there, banana. Nope. Oh my gosh, all the detectives. Interesting. A number of police detectives had him holed up in the living room. They were suddenly silent as Osawa entered. So tell me, he said sarcastically, would you rather I stay here weeping as I watch this disaster unfold? The detectives winced and grimaced. Forgive me for not being a perfect father, he added, his hostility building. Kajiwara stepped forward to intervene before things got out of hand. No, let's not be touchy. I am not being touchy, Osawa snapped, but he knew full well that he was. Want a banana? Oh my gosh, Caitlin, no. These guys had the time to sit around backbiting him, but not go out and bring him Maria to safety. Already close to half a day had gone by without any new developments. The ransom demand had come in the previous night, at 8 o'clock. Maria had been abducted roughly an hour before. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. by Hachiko and Shibuya. Have the sister, Tomi, bring 50 million yen. If not, the girl's life is forfeit. Oh, it's 50 million, not 500,000. That's a big difference. The kidnapper called only once, and the police were unable to run a trace. I'll do it, Hitomi said. Anything for my sister. She didn't hesitate in the slightest at the suggestion that she make the ransom handoff. Osawa was staunchly opposed to the idea, but the police were in the opinion that it was better to acquiesce the kidnapper's demands. Ai's reaction, on the other hand, baffled nearly everyone. We don't have 50 million yen. Million just lying around. Are the police gonna be putting that together for us? Kajiwara stepped in to reassure her. If it comes down to it, the police will be able to help raise the money. Okay, go ahead then. Do it. We need for you to pay it back afterwards, though, of course. Well, then what's the point of that? Ai's voice spiked up in the piercing shriek.
Calm down, Osawa told her. You're making a scene.
I turned away in a huff. Hey, Joel, how's it going? $500? Nope, it's 500. I think it's actually $500,000 American. That's why I got confused.
It's alright, Detective, Osawa continued. I'll talk to the bank first thing tomorrow morning and figure something out.
At that, I stormed out of the room. Kajiwara bowed his head several times in apology. As soon as Hitomi had made contact, we'll apprehend the suspect and take things from there.
What? Hold on, won't that put Maria in danger?
If we let the kidnapper get away with the money, we have no proof that he will return the hostage safely afterwards. So, 50 million yen is $500,000 US, because we looked that up when this showed up. There's certain logic there, Osawa had to concede.
I see, he said. So you're saying that catching this guy will be easier for you if he keeps my daughter hostage?
No, that's not what I was implying at all. Kajiwara wiped the sweat off his brow and bowed profusely. At least, I promise we'll get your daughter back safe and sound, Mr. Osawa. Obviously, there was nothing to be gained from further challenging the detectives.
Alright then, I'll let the police do their job.
Osawa bowed even lower than Kajiwara had. Dang. Dude can do the limbo.
How long are you just going
to loaf around? I shrieked as she stormed into the room. Hurry up and arrest this guy! She was becoming increasingly hysterical. An hour had passed since the suspect had taken the money, and yet the police had made no effort to apprehend him. The police apparently had a rule against discussing an operation before it was fully resolved, and so the Osawas had been left in the dark. But they had overheard the task force talking over the wireless, and it had appeared that they were deliberately letting the suspect roam free. Hey! I snapped again. If he gets away with our money, you're going to reimburse us, right? Osawa scowled. She made it sound like the money was more important than Maria's life. The detectives exchanged uneasy glances. Osawa chided his wife. It's only money, it doesn't matter. Osawa said nothing. Damn! Damn! That's insane. I'm gonna say... Let's just say nothing. Osawa said nothing. By now he was accustomed to Ai's coldness toward the two girls. The twins were Osawa's daughters from his first wife, who had passed away 15 years ago. Oh shit. I had no blood ties to Maria or Hitomi herself. Well, I continued, are the police going to reimburse us or not? She glared pointedly at Kajiwara. Well, right now we're focused on making sure Maria is safe. I stormed up to him, shouting right in his face. Stop dodging the question! Answer me! Yes, of course, Kajiwara squeaked. Maybe, would you like something to eat to help calm me down? He held out a banana. I smacked it out of his hand. Dude just loves his bananas! Oh my goodness! Banana? Banana! 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 Banana? Like, that's what's happening. Has it hard? He totally does. He totally does. He has a horrible wife who doesn't care about his children. Osawa cares about his children. Oh dear, what a waste. Kajiwara scrambled to retrieve the fruit from the floor. Osawa went over to Tanaka and whispered into his ear, I'm going to meet with Mr. Makino. Tanaka nodded silently. Turning, Osawa saw Kajiwara looking in their direction. He made eye contact, but Osawa quickly looked away and strode out of the living room. Bananas. That's what you did. Kajiwara followed after him. Excuse me, Mr. Osawa.
Yes, what is it?
The detective fussed sheepishly with his hair and forced a smile. Sure, we'd appreciate if you could remain in the living room as much as possible. Osawa was in no mood to stand on proprietary.
Look, I've got a ton of work to do, he said. Are you here to tell me to play the role of a grieving father, too?
No, not at all. Personally, I happen to think you're an admirable father, Mr. Osawa. Admirable. Did the word have a ring of sarcasm? Dude's just creepy. He had no way to tell if Kajiwara was being forthright with him or not.
You're no ordinary fellow, Mr. Osawa. You're a genius.
A genius? Me?
Osawa made a skeptical noise.
Am I mistaken, sir?
Bananas. Bananas for days.
You made very important strides in the field of virus research. Or well, so I've been told.
Osawa wasn't sure how to respond. He had never considered himself a genius. He was just someone who was more interested in viruses than he was in other people.
Everyone who's a genius.
Everyone who's a genius is also a little bit odd, after all, Kajiwara went on.
Probably he intended that as a compliment, but still.
And I mean, there's nothing wrong with weirdos, so long as they leave us ordinary folks alone, you know?
Is this guy trying to praise me or insult me? Osawa let out a heavy sigh. Genius, weirdo, what did it even matter? So long as he could be left to his work, he didn't care one whit how he looked in other people's eyes. Kajiwara wiped the sweat off his forehead with a handkerchief.
By the way, what are you working on right now? He asked.
I'm afraid you wouldn't understand even if I explained it to you, Osawa replied.
All he wants is bananas. True, Joel, true.
Right, precisely. Even if I gave him my full attention, it would still be beyond me.
He peered with sudden intensity at Osawa's face.
I'd appreciate if you didn't hide things from me, sir, he said.
He's really close. He's scaring me. Osawa gasped at a loss for words. Hold on, there's yelling going on. I'll be right back. Sorry, y'all. I gotta do something really, really quick. Just enjoy Kajiwara's face. That was a run. That was like a big run. Alright, what did I miss? Break all the rules. What? Viva La Vida is a good song. Breathing. I don't do exercise. What are we doing? Where am I? I'm here. I'm good. Whew. I just had to take out trash. But like all the bulk trash. So like there was like a mountain of boxes from Christmas. They were heavy. But my brothers and I like just ran and did it fast. So we good. Take some water. So we booked it. This is what happens when you're out of shape. Alright, back to this. Oh, I'm sorry, Kajiwara added hurriedly.
Goodness, I made it sound like I'm accusing you.
Sorry. Goodness, I made it sound like I'm accusing you of hiding something, didn't it? The detective bowed his head repeatedly. Banana! I hope you'll forgive me. He held out the banana.
That won't be necessary.
How about this then? A half-eaten chocolate bar? Really? Well, it was all heavy, so, and we were running. So, some kid. True. I also have like some breathing problems, but whatever. This time he pulled a bar of chocolate from his pocket.
No, thank you.
Did this guy just carry an endless food supply wherever he went? Oh my, Kajiwara murmured. Your geniuses really are tough to sort out. He inclined his head, mumbling to himself for a moment. What can I get for you then, sir?
What I'd really like is some time by myself.
In a daze of exasperation, Osawa felt his way to his study. Locking the door, he finally let out the breath he'd been holding. Then his eyes alighted on the bookshelf against the wall. Is there a secret door? Does dude got secret door? Aw. Aww! He pulled out a photo album and began to flip through it. Look at how cute this is! Aww! He's a good father. He's a good, caring father. It's pretty awesome. There are pictures of his daughter's grade school enrollment ceremony. Their mother had already passed away from illness, so Osawa had taken the girls himself. He remembered that, after the ceremony, Hitomi had come down with a fever. Well, thank you, Sammy. Hitomi had been rather sickly as a girl, falling bedridden at the drop of a hat. Maria, by contrast, had been lively and energetic, quite the handful. Osawa had found it remarkable that their personalities could be so different despite them being twins. He flipped further into the album. There was a picture of the three of them at the grade school graduation. Maria was looking away from the camera. What? Didn't she used to be the energetic one? Osawa felt like someone had stabbed a dagger in his heart. His daughters, or virology. Which truly concerned him more? Which did he truly love? It was ridiculous to try to compare the two. He'd known the answer before he'd even asked himself. Even so, human emotions were complicated and sometimes made people act inconsistently. Excuse me. One of the consequences of that was his photo album. Poor Maria. This was the last photo he had of Maria. She searched and searched through the rest of the album, but she was nowhere else to be found. Look how sad she looks. Poor Maria. Oh, we're done! That's all of hour 11. We're done! When she's dead, you'll understand. He's right back where we started. Buddy, you're a weirdo. Heels and I are one and the same. These people seem to succeed. The cat costume is off. Tama got the cat costume off. Well, Alright, let's go look for the last bad endings. So right now we got running through center guy with Achi, maintaining pursuit with Kano, surveillance cameras with Minorikawa, 2 years ago with Maria with Osawa, and sales demo preparations with Tama. Cold or flu? I don't have one. Let's see. So how many are we missing? That's a good question. Let's... Hold on. Let's go to Error and Judgment and see how much we have. Oh, I'm sorry, Yoshi. Hope things go better for you, dude. Hope things really do go better for you. Alright, so... Yeah, I know. 8. So, 6, 7. So we got 8, 9. We're just missing 1. We're just missing 1. And that's an Achi ending. It looks like it's either an Achi ending or it's a Kano ending. It's a reference, I gotcha. Okay. So if it's Achi or Kano, it must be this. It must be finding an opening. Because this is when the guy is pointing a gun at us. Seeing his chance, Achi... Let's lunge. Seeing his chance, Achi lunged forward and attempted to wrest the gun away. He reached out with both hands, attempting to knock it to the floor. The man's grip on the weapon was stronger than he expected, however, and he shoved Achi away with surprising force. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The gunman's posture radiated a ferocious determination. His eyes, though, were like a dead man's, wide and hollow. It was unsettling, to say the least. Who the heck is this guy? Hitomi! Achi shouted. Get out of here now! But Hitomi was rooted in place with terror. Run! Stepping out of it at last, she bolted for the door. She paused in the doorway to look back at him. Achi! What the hell are you waiting for? Achi snarled. Get out of here now! Finally, Hitomi slipped out of the building. At some point, the assassin had managed to snatch up a beer bottle in his free hand. Uh-oh. Achi tried to duck, but he was a hair too slow. The makeshift weapon caught him in the left ear. He staggered, his head spinning, barely able to tell which way was up. His vision dimmed, but still he refused to yield. His head butted the man into the nose as hard as he could. The assassin staggered backwards. Oh shit, they're both dead. Then all the remaining strength left Achi's body. Welp! He died. That should give me the achievement. Beaten up by the man with the cane. Achi tried to fight a dangerous assassin, unarmed, but the man turned out to be more than he can handle. There's gotta be some better way to get out of there. Try choosing a less risky course of action. That should give me an ending. Yep, bad times. 1100 block. Well, let's just check all the rest of the choices that we are missing. Let's see if snatching up the beer bottle. Seeing his chance, Achi snatched up the beer bottle and swung it at the assassin. The man narrowly avoided being struck, but he staggered wildly off balance. Hitomi! Achi grabbed her by the hand and dashed out of the club. Okay, so this gets back to the right one. So either way would have worked well. Is there anything new here? The proprietress's testimony. Try taking away his cane? Probably. Let's see what she has. The women of her age weren't always the most reliable. Women of her age weren't always the most reliable. Achi wanted to make absolutely sure. You swear you really saw it?
Of course I did. Why would I lie about something like that?
The proprietress let out a annoyed huff.
I'm not much fond of lying, or of being called a liar.
Hey, I didn't mean it like that. Really, sorry to bother you. We just straight up called her a liar. Good job. So the rest of these choices should not deviate with the path at all. Alright, I'm just checking all the rest of the stuff that we have not chosen. Oops. This is next. Oops. Head to the cafe. Leland arrives. We just ignore him. Writer backup needed. Repaying debts. What gets cut? Let's see. Decide to cut. It doesn't matter what we choose because it changes anyway. Black market. He finally decided to cut black market organ trafficking in Shibuya. It had the potential to be the most interesting, but getting the material would take way too long. His goal is just to make sure that the costume made it to press after all. Society of Surveillance, where they are, 60 squared. And yeah, cool. Okay. Devon Publishing. Have the taxi wait. Should he have the taxi wait here, or would it be better to call an ambulance? Sir, is there a problem, the driver asked? Wait here, I'll be right back. Minorikawa was out of the cab in an instant and running out of the building. Once inside, he avoided the elevator in favor of rushing up the stairs. Okay. So it doesn't do too much difference. Osawa. Ai shows up. Let's tell him, give me just a second. Osawa would hurry to custom mail program. Give me just a second. Osawa hurriedly closed the mail program. Even if it was nothing more than some sick prank, it wasn't anything he wanted his family to see. Especially not I. Alright, come in. Oh. But Osawa turned to see that I had already let herself into the study. The sharp sting of the perfume made him scrunch up to his face in a moment. Have you reconsidered the whole American thing? She asked. This again, Osawa thought. There we go. Okay, we're good. So it didn't really matter. Kano. What if we say, that I is hysterical? Osawa tried to his wife. It's only money, it doesn't matter. Osawa tried to his wife. It's only money, it doesn't matter. Only money? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how much we're talking about here? The ferocity in her voice left him with no response. He should have known better to expect her to make the sacrifices for his daughters. But now he's accustomed, yeah. Ai's told his story with the two girls. The twins were Osawa's daughters from his first wife, who had passed away 15 years earlier. I had no blood. And then... Alright, Tama. Tama's good. Confronting the gunman. Zaka. Oh, the Yakuza looking guys. So this is one of the things. If we chose A, Tama would have got a bad end. No harm in helping a couple lost dudes. Achi pointed them in the direction of center guy. Yeah, it's just that way. See, what the hell did I tell you? The bondman snapped at his companion. My bad, man, my bad. You were right. God, you couldn't find your way out of a paper bag with a map and compass. My bad, man. Give us a taxi. Word. Thanks, man. Strangers nodded at Achi. Sorry to bug ya. With that, the two headed off toward the main road. And then we get a bad end for Tama. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-boop-boop-a-doop-boop-a-doop. And yeah, everything's bad. So let's change this back to B. I just want to make sure we have everything all set to go and going over all options. There's so many different choices in these. There we go. Tom isn't good. What about this one? It's fine. Alright, cool. That's all of the choices. So now we are on that part. What time is it? Yep. Alright. Sweet. Well, that went faster than I thought it was. That actually went way faster. But I really don't want to start 12 o'clock right now. Because we're only going to get, like... There's... Yeah. Though this game is super interesting, I will say. I thought there was going to be a lot longer of a time frame, but... It's not the case. Alright, well... We're going to call it. Not going to be... It wasn't super long. But hey, that's okay. So tonight... Actually, this gives me the perfect amount of time. Wish you could see more. Yeah, I know. It just, since we're on a new time block, though, I don't want to just jump right into it. Especially with, like... We're going to be learning a lot of information and still don't know where to go. But here's what we're going to start off with first. You guys have 5 choices of characters. Say which character you guys want to start with next time. You got Achi, you got Kano, Minorikawa, Osawa, and Tama. Type it in chat right now for who we're going to be playing next time. I'll do another stream of this probably, let's say Monday. We'll do Monday. No, actually Tuesday. I'd have to do Tuesday. We'll do Tuesday in the night and go there. Tama, Queen Cheese wants Achi. Tama. I mean, to be honest, Tama's the most, like, let's talk about the characters real quick before I end it off and tell you guys what we're doing next, because I'm changing the stream for tonight, primarily based on the fact that, tomorrow's gonna be a hectic day and I want to get some rest. Can't say because of tournament too much. Good luck, Shadow, good luck. Okay, so each character is, like, really interesting, and this is what I like about this game, too. Just gold true. Well, you also have, so Achi's story is interesting because, like, he's with Hitomi the entire time. He is not a policeman at all. He's with a gang, but at the same time, like, he's protecting Hitomi out of the goodness of his heart, which is progressing the story as time goes on, which is really, really cool. Plus, even though he's not the smartest, he still is street smart and protects her. As if she's... And I'm wondering if there's something, like, important between Achi and Hitomi. Like, there's some sort of deeper meaning there. I mean, true. True, Baba. You also got Kano. And Kano is pretty cool because, like, Kano, even though he's a detective, he's still trying to get used to the detective world, which is awesome. But he's also, like... He has so much that he has to, like, work out with, and he's trying to deal with the kidnapping while also trying to deal with his life. And he's already under the impression that his life and this case could intertwine, and he doesn't know how. Minorikawa is just really cool because he just doesn't take shit from anybody. He's a journalist who, like, just tells everybody to man up and just wants everybody, like, he wants everyone to be okay, and he will do everything he can to be there for everybody. And I really like how just straightforward he is. Like, even telling the suicidal guy, hey, suck it up, your 5th grade-year-old daughter's sitting right there, you're gonna fucking die because of, like, while she's sitting right there, you fucking bitch. Like that's literally what he's telling him. And he's just not afraid to speak his mind and save people, which is cool. Osawa is just a broken father. We still don't know too much about Osawa, just that he's connected to this virus, his wife is a terrible person, and he misses his daughters dearly. But, like, I don't know how he's going to intertwine with the rest of them. I've never played Doki Doki Literature Club, but I have heard about it, yes. And then Tama, something has to go on with this necklace. The entire reason that Tama is stuck in this cat suit is because of this necklace. However, according to the pictures that we just saw, it seems like Tama is going to get her outfit off, like, get the cat outfit off. Which is, like, I don't know what we're going to expect from Tama. Like, it's very comedic, but what is the deal with this necklace that Tama really, really wants? Like, she straight up really, really wants it. Like, all the characters are just super interesting. UA Virus is also super interesting as well. No, I definitely agree. There's definitely a lot more going on than we first realize. So, based on everything there, it looks like that we're gonna go for Tama. We'll start off with Tama next time. Them all have good endings. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Something I've also come to attention of, and this is something that I can't show off, but I really will I'll talk about it at the end of the playthrough, is there is actually a sequel to this game. There's a sequel. There's an anime sequel to this game. I've heard it's meh. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. And it takes place 2 years after this game, is all I know. So, there's definitely something, like, I don't know if all the characters live or none. I don't know if even any of these characters are in this one. But there is an anime that is a sequel to this, which I found out. But I'll talk about that more once we get to the end of the game. Yeah, it is a show. It is a show. But we're already 2 hours in. We already get 10 and 11, so we only have... I just want to make sure I'm doing this all correctly. 17... Yeah, we have the 17 1700 block, 17. Yeah. We have 5 hours left in this game. So we're 5315 Shibuya organization. No, hold on. It is called Canon. Canaan is what it is. Reception. Oh, it's one of the top animes. Oh, so it's really good. Never mind. It's Canon. Canaan. So, cool. Alright, so what we're going to do tonight... So, here's the thing. I haven't really been too active at all today. Like, literally, I've been dead tired. I think just my lack of sleep has been catching up to me this entire time. It is what it is, but whatever. I am going to... I don't really want to do sport tonight. Mainly because I tried in my free time to make a skeleton of the creature I want to create in Spore, and I really can't. So we're going to switch the last stream today. It might be a collab stream, or if it's going to be a solo stream, I know what game we're going to be playing. But that's going to be around 3 hours from now or so. Come with something, is that a really good game? Yeah, no, Doki Doki Literature Club is what you're talking about. I know nothing of the game. I've been recommended it before. I will get to it eventually, but I know a lot of people have played it, so I'm just gonna yeah. So 9-ish months in your time, yeah. There's somebody I want to message because there could be a potential collab stream, or just depending on what games I have not played recently, we might just jump into something then. Anyway, that's gonna be it though for 428 Shibuya Scramble. Let me jump back. I'd like to press start. This is so weird. It's not letting me press start. Hold on. Will it let me? That's so weird. It's not letting me... Hold on. Let me see if I can... Let's go to Tama's. I'm gonna see if I can get to the main menu. That'd be nice. Press save. It won't let me... I'm pressing start. It's not working. There we go. Oh my gosh, that was so weird. I don't know why that worked. Let's raid somebody. I know it was a short stream, but let's raid somebody. Yeah. Actually... Hold on. Let me give you guys a definitive answer of what I'm going to do tonight. Ah, light, it's so bright. All right, I know what we're gonna play. We're gonna play Splatoon. We're gonna play Splatoon tonight. We'll go from 9 till midnight. So we'll try to do 2 3-hour stream. That was Splatoon 2. I just realized, like, I was looking at kind of the entire list, and I realized that the last time I did Splatoon with you guys, particularly, that wasn't collab or anything, was 8 days ago. Stream later. It's all good. It's all good. Want to use dark mode? So I do use dark mode. Fun fact. I do use dark mode. The problem is the default dashboard of YouTube will not change regardless of what I do. So, yeah. so can't really do anything there. But yeah, we're gonna do Splatoon 2. We will do that tonight. We'll do that in about 3 hours, and then yeah. Or we'll do a different game. So it's either gonna be Splatoon 2, or if a certain Siren messages me, we may actually end up playing Identity 5. But I have to see what Siren's doing. But more than likely we'll do Splatoon. So yeah. Anyway, let's go raid somebody. Let's go raid. We will do Shibuya Kid raid. We haven't raided this guy in a while.
Pacific will be running until.
We have not raided him in a while, so let's just raid good old friendo James Clark. So yeah, let's go raid James. He's playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so it should be a fun time. He literally just started, but let's just liven up his chat. It's gonna go crazy. I think there's gonna be 2 raids happening based on the fact that somebody just jumped into his thing and said raid, but I don't know. Well, yeah, let's go raid James. It's gonna be a fun time. We'll be back in about 3 hours with some more stuff. Also, there'll be highlights showing up in the middle. So yeah. Anyway, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, night, or evening. My name's Katafi. I'll see you guys next time for more Reddit Gaming. See you guys later. Peace. Bye, everyone.